Hello everyone, I am Beth and this is
Reggie.
And you're watching Rottweilers on Video.
Proud owners of two wonderful Rottweilers.
Yes, and we are in a different location in the shade, and it'll probably be a short little video because today in Olympia, Washington, it is 92, 93. It's probably 93 right now, which is pretty darn hot for us, and it gets a little humid. So these guys are liking the air conditioning, as are we. So, hey, we want to kind of continue talking about getting a puppy and you know what we went through, because part of the reason we're just talking and sharing is, number one, it's fun. It's kind of a new thing for Reggie and me to do this, but also because you know we've been through kind of all of it, and so we can pass on some good information to you. What I don't know if I'm gonna do it on this video, but I'm gonna get their pedigree out. So when you buy a puppy, you register them with AKC, and you can order a pedigree. I think we went back 5 generations on both of them. So we didn't really know what to do when we bought our first puppy, but we can certainly pass on what should be done when you pick out a puppy. For Maggie, especially me, as we talked a little bit last week, I went with her because her great-grandfather was AKC Grand Champion, and they handed me that piece of paper. Her father was probably 200 pounds, over eight. It wasn't like muscle, huge head. We thought that was how a good Rottweiler should look.
Big.
The mother was big, but not quite didn't have quite the head.
I could hardly put my arms around the dad's neck. That's how big this dog was, and we were like, wow, we're getting a hell of a good Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of disappointment.
Yeah, so we picked out Maggie. We didn't know to look at pedigree. We didn't know to ask for it. We didn't know to ask or look up their hip, elbow, heart, and even eyes. So, you know, we're gonna get probably more into that next week. But for Maggie, I didn't have a pedigree, didn't even check to see if the hips, elbows, heart, and eyes were checked. We took her because her grandfather was the AKC Grand Champion, great-grandfather, and that was it. With Max, we got to talk to a knowledgeable breeder. This breeder was a trainer also, and good at what he did and does. So when we got him, we saw the pedigree, and wow, it was very different. It had a lot of ADRK, which is the German Kennel Club. ADRK, I can't pronounce what that acronym actually means, but it is the German club. So his father, like Reggie got into last week, his father was the brother of Iron, who was the world champion in 2017. His father, Hazelwood Ice, was also a winner of many shows.
Many shows.
Absolutely astounding. I'm going to post his picture too. Just an incredible looking dog. And we've talked to the owner of Hazelwood Ice on several occasions, Jane Mitchell-Moore, up in Victoria Island in Canada, which really isn't that far from us in Washington, and told us about, and poor Ice isn't with us anymore, and it bums me out, but his personality was a lot like Max. Max is a very friendly dog. He's been in a couple of shows with German judges, and the judges say how friendly he is. That is a good trait to have. If you made him mad, I'm thinking he could probably make some damage happen, but he is actually just a big love bug, and this girl is more of the guard dog. So bottom line, didn't have pedigree, didn't have hips, elbows, heart, and eyes. Max saw the pedigree, and then I ordered one 5 generations back, and all I'm seeing are dogs from this German kennel club. There's some Serbia mixed in there, a little bit of other countries, but the majority was the German. In Germany, when you breed a Rottweiler, it must pass the tests of the ADRK club. That's intense.
They must pass it. If they don't pass that test, they don't allow you to breed them in any form of their system. Okay, you probably can get away with breeding them any old Tom, Dick, and Harry, but as far as a good Rottweiler kennel, the dog can't be bred. And it's very, very big to have this certification. And most vets here in the United States don't know how to test these dogs for this. The dog goes into a veterinary clinic, and they're sedated, and then they take pictures of their joints, hips, in specific positions. And if the position isn't right, when you send that paperwork back to Germany to the ADRK commission, if the pictures aren't right, they just say, no, you can't breed them. Well, we found out that there's a certain way to take these pictures. We had them redone and sent them back, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, this is what we're looking for in a dog to be stud.
Okay, so I just have to interrupt you. One simple correction, because I did all the paperwork. In our case, we did go to ADRK so we did send them to Germany.
Yeah, that's what
which I know, but they sent them back, gave a good report. But what we have to do first is go to the OFA, which, my acronyms, Orthopedic Foundation of Animals. They have a database that you can just look up any dog if they have their certification. And in his case, his hips through the OFA turned out to be bad. And we knew that couldn't be because we saw his lineage. And so we were very disappointed, because if we want to breed him, we want to pass on a good puppy, and we want to better the breed. And if he doesn't have good hips, that's not a good thing. So we figured out that the pictures that were taken and the analysis of them were off. They were wrong. And so we resent them in to the OFA, and the veterinarian there looked at them. And this is after we sent them to Germany. So we did OFA. They were like, no, these aren't good hips. Then we sent them to Germany, and they were like, no, these hips are fine. And then we sent them back to OFA, and everything was okay. So,
well, let me just correct something.
Go for it. Correct
the
me?
breeder
Forget
told
about
us
it.
The breeder told us to go to this certain vet
to
have these pictures taken. Okay, I took Max there. The breeder never showed up. They took the pic. They did not know the process of taking the pictures of his hips, joints. They had never done that before. So they were looking up on the computer while I was there. What do we do? What kind of test are we doing here? So they came up with something, and when that paperwork got sent back to Germany, the German board of 3 different veterinarians in Germany said, no, these they're not good hips, or they're not good pictures. Well, we got the paperwork back saying that he wasn't a good breed of dog. Well, we found out for sure that the veterinary did not know anything about these tests to get sent. So we had to have them redone.
Yeah.
When we had them redone properly, and they got sent back to Germany, then all 3 vets agreed that he was a great stud. And that is a key. You need to find out if you have a dog like this. You need to take them to a vet who knows about these kind of dogs, who knows just what they need.
Yep. That's good. No, that's true. We did, and we hated putting them through it because really, it's a big deal to have those X-rays done. That's why they have to be sedated. So, yeah. And for Maggie, because we found out her father had heart problems and actually died from a heart problem, we had her fixed because we so fell in love with the breed of Rottweiler after we got these two that we just didn't want to breed anything that wasn't just awesome. So if we were to breed Max, and he's getting up there, he's 5 now, but if we were to breed Max, we would have to breed him with at least a 2-year-old female that has good hips, elbows, heart, eyes, and who also, you know, is a good looking dog and has a good lineage. And I was gonna say, there's one other thing, and we'll probably get, and if you have questions, just jot them in the comments, you guys. That would help us get focused for next one. There's also JLPP, which is an acronym for something I can't pronounce, juvenile something. It affects Rottweilers and Black Russell Terriers, 2 breeds that I know of. If you have a male that is a carrier of that JLPP and you have a female that's a carrier, then you don't want to breed the 2. He's a carrier. A lot of males are carriers. So we'd also have to look at a female that doesn't have that. So these are things, it's the orthopedic x-rays, it's the lineage, and it's whether or not they're carriers of the JLPP. Those are wonderful things to start with. Now, you're gonna find puppies out there for $3,500, $4,000, $4,500. Very expensive. A puppy that costs $4,500 is probably going to have parents that have won awards, that have their parents have placed. So not only do they have the OFA requirements, but they've also, the parents have won awards, they've got a good lineage, all of that. Expensive puppy. But you might find the mom and the dad that have a good lineage, decent lineage, have good bones. They're with the OFA, which I'm going to pass on the database information to you. But you know, the parents haven't won anything, but hey, they're healthy and they come from a good line. Great puppy. And for that, you might pay $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. Mr. Max here was $3,500. Probably could have
worth
paid
every
more.
single
Oh my gosh.
dollar. I
Best
want
dog.
to just.
Well, let me finish. She was $1,500. So that's the difference right there. Go ahead. Sorry.
And you know, I want to stress something. Never in my life have I ever paid for a dog other than at a animal shelter.
Yeah.
That was it. We got good, wonderful dogs. Paying $3,500 for Max proved to be worth every single dime.
Yep.
He, you know, not only is he highly trainable, he is loyal and faithful.
Yeah.
This dog will do anything at all to please you.
He does.
I just want to
It
stress.
just brings tears to my eyes because he is just amazing. Amazing.
I just want to stress that when you get a dog like this, a good breed Rottweiler, you need to really be prepared to love the dog, to care for the dog, and not just, you know, a little bit. This dog requires an insane amount of attention.
Absolutely.
Insane amount of attention.
And he'll bug you if you don't give it to him. He'll make you give it to him.
But at the same time, he can be around anybody in our family or in our yard. They can come in, and his temperament is absolutely off the charts wonderful.
Yep.
No growling, no snarling. He knows that we're here, and we are the alphas here. So when other people come in, he doesn't have a problem. It's just that there's certain things with this dog that you need to have this. We've never even hit him with a newspaper.
I don't think it's good that a dog like this, any
form of physical
Right.
physical punishment
Or
is
leaving
not,
them alone all day even.
yeah. Just no form of physical punishment or even hollering. That this dog doesn't need that. He
Just
won't need it.
abrupt, just
You
stern,
let him know
stern
what
commands.
you let him know what you want, and he'll do it. Now I want to just show you something. Come here, Max. Come on. Come here. Okay. Come here, Max. No. Take the ball. Okay, come here. Okay. Now, in any kind of a show or test, I've seen people that had well-trained Rottweilers. When they go to do this, these Rottweilers come unglued. They want to tear the owner's hands into hamburger. But watch what happens with this dog. Come here.
Is he gonna
Come here.
cooperate?
Come here. Okay. Then look at this. You pull his. You look at. They look for his
They have
jaw.
black gums,
Yeah,
by
they
the way.
look for the black gums. Then they open their mouth and they look in it like that. Now this dog has no problem with that. He trusts me only because I have earned the trust with him.
Plus, he's friendly. He's he's a good breed. There couldn't have been a better dog. I'm sorry, but if you have a great dog out there, I believe you. I totally believe you. That's, to me, is the best dog in the whole world. A little prejudice. Maggie's our entertainer. She watches phones and devices. Like, she is like neurotic, but she's entertaining, and I love her. And she's my shadow. Come here, girl. She's over getting cool. So we're gonna end today. I'm starting to sweat. Anyway, you want to do something else?
Yeah, listen.
Oh boy.
Good boy.
Oh boy.
Another one.
Oh boy.
Come on,
He's got to
drop
drop that one.
Gotta drop it.
Yeah. There he goes. I don't know.
Oh,
right in
good
front
shot.
of the camera.
Good shot.
Hey everybody, have a good rest of your Sunday or whenever you watch this, and we so thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. And please comment with questions, comments, input, feedback.
Things that we can do better. The love of the breed that we want to get across.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.